Hi guys, this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while, and I've been putting off doing it, mostly because talking about personal things is never an easy thing for anybody to do, especially when it's something you feel ashamed of or stupid about talking about. But I wanted to talk about it because I hope that other people can resonate with this, and I hope that it can bring other people comfort in the knowledge that they're not alone in in this experience, and something that I've been experiencing for like 3 months now, I'd want to say. So we shall see how this goes. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's kind of known as post-uni depression, and something that has been a big thing in my life now for the past, as I've said, the past 3 months or so. Like, getting upset is the last thing that I want to do, because I don't really post overly vulnerable things on my channel. It's more I think I come across most coherent if I make a blog post about mental health, or if I post something on Instagram, and even then it always makes me feel quite uncomfortable with sharing too much information about myself online. But it's really important when it's something that isn't really spoken about, and something I didn't really know was a thing. I'd read about it once on a blog post, and since then I've come across some articles on The Guardian, some articles on various student websites talking about this thing. Basically the loneliness, the uncertainty, the lack of structure in your life that comes post-graduation, well, post-finishing university. For those of you who don't know, I studied English, Literature and Creative Writing at the University of Birmingham, and I graduated in July. But prior to that even, I finished my course. I handed everything in, my dissertation and everything, at the end of April, and since then everything has kind of gone on a downward spiral, really. Really difficult. It's been really hard, and something I want to say I'm getting better and I'm going on the up, but it's been very difficult for as long as I can. All I've ever known is having the summer holiday, but always knowing what I'm working towards next, whether that be school holidays, knowing I'm going back to school in September, whether that be uni breaks and finishing in May and going back in September time, and knowing that you're going back to university again to start afresh, and you know that you'll have a lot of workload to go back to, you have work to do over the summer, you have books to read over the summer, you have things to buy, and you know that in your head there is a level of structure, and my life and my brain works around structure, and this is the first time in my whole life that hasn't been the case. And I know that life is full of ups and downs. I know that life is never one straight road. I know that more than a lot of people. But for the past 3 months, or 3-4 months, my life has been a case of, with no exaggeration, I have applied for over 100 jobs. I apply for jobs pretty much every day, and I hear back from hardly anything. And I am not used to that state of not doing anything. I lived in the second biggest city in the UK for the past 3 years, always doing something, always having something to work towards, not having enough time to do it all, complaining that, you know, I don't have enough time, I'm stressed. But I now miss that, and I miss having a goal and knowing where my life is going. And now I have no idea what I'm doing. Back living in my parents' house, which is of course lovely because I love my family, but I'm back in a town that I resonate with a lot of negativity, a lot of sadness, you know. I'm not going to go into it too much, but, you know, I struggled immensely with social anxiety disorder, depression, throughout my teenage years. I had a really rough time. And coming back here, being in the town that I associate with all of that, has been really tough. I also feel kind of trapped, like there's nothing to do with my day. And I just want something to come up so badly, and I'm trying so hard, and it's just frustrating because school gives the impression you get a degree, that's it, you're sorted. You know, your jobs are going to be flying at you, everyone wants you, employers want you. That's not the case at all. You're up against a lot of competition. You apply for jobs, it's more than likely that the employer won't even see your application. It's so infuriating, I can't even express to you. I've been for interviews in London, didn't get them. It scares me because university gave me a lot of confidence, a lot of independence, and it feels like that's being taken away. And that's like a real knockback because I went to university with next to no self-confidence. I was terrible at talking to people, I was terrible with social interaction, and university really saved my life, I suppose. Now it feels like I'm in this in-between part of my life, this weirdness in the middle where I don't know what's happening next. I've got nothing to do, and there's only so many times you can hear, well, everyone's in the same boat, before you just drives you mad, and it's like you don't understand how low it makes you feel that you've got nothing happening. I have a part-time job in retail at the moment, 7.5 hours a week contract, like that's my minimum that I do a week. And besides that, the rest of the time is spent scrolling through job websites, applying for jobs, spending ages on applications and not hearing anything back. I don't really know how much longer I can cope with that. And I just miss the passion and the love I had for my course. And I know that uni isn't really real life, but I was hoping I would come out of that and find something else I can fuel passion into. And I've been looking now for months and nothing is happening. I know that this isn't going to be long term, but it's just frustrating. Really, really frustrating. And I know it's not personal when you're not employed, and I know it's not personal when you don't hear back from a job, but those are people who don't go to graduation, don't go to university even, don't really get that, the fact that you've worked solidly, really, really hard for 3 years, and you've got nothing now. That's it. And I wasn't really prepared for that. No one really told me about this period of sadness and this period of anxiety, where I've got nothing to do, and it's driving me a little bit mad. So I just wanted to make this video mostly to say that those of you who are going through this, you're definitely not alone. It would be so helpful if I could talk to people who have also gone through this and could give me some advice, because that would be really, really wonderful, and I'd really, really appreciate it. So thank you. That's about it, to be honest. I'm sorry this video isn't the most exciting, but I felt it needed to be done so I could start afresh and get it up and get it spoken about, so others can be like, I'm going through that too. So yeah, thanks for listening. See you guys soon. Bye.